ladies and gentlemen, yet another history. 2 days, two massive records created in IPL. Yesterday was RCB. Today it's my friends, my brother's team KKR, who has let a record happen. See, it's always that way, right? We have tit and tat for that, everything. And Rajasthan Royals once again has the highest successful chase after their 2020 exploits against Punjab Kings. This time it was not Rahul Tewade, it was Joss the Boss. कैसा लगा जरन आपको जॉस द बॉस का इनिंग्स मजा आ गया?
बहुत ज्यादा मजा आया इबल। आई थिंक एक तरीके से तो सबको पता था कि जब तक जॉस द बॉस है वहां पे तब तक गेम में बहुत क्या कहते हैं, गेम में अभी आरआर है। एंड आई थिंक दाद तो उनको भी देनी पड़ेगी।
जरन हिंदी कमेंट्री के लिए स्टिंच है तो राइमिंग कर, जॉस द बॉस है तो गेम में कुछ होश है,
जॉस द बॉस है तो आरआर में अब भी जोश है। आई मीन आई डोंट नो,
मजा आएगा, मस्त। यही तो वही बात।
बट
चल,
I think you have to say that, the way they went after Narayan. I think Robin Powell going after Narayan, that was one really important moment in that game. I know he lost his wicket. That was a very brilliant delivery as well. He took the one ball before that away from him, and then he brought the other one to cut in. Pretty much, I think it was a pretty much Narayan versus RR, right? And Narayan and others versus RR today, because Narayan was just all of a sudden turned into prime Viv Richards with the bat, and then he bowled really well as well. But today he played as a batting all-rounder. So I think in many ways that was the one turning point where Robin Powell went after Sunil Narayan, and then obviously Mitch Stark and that whole over where I think Shreyas Iyer had given him the ball hoping that he gets the wicket of Joss Butler.
Yeah.
And if he had, the game would have been over. But that's exactly where the game went the other way. And of course Phil Salt forgetting how to use the gloves. I think Avesh Khan was teaching Sanju Samson that he doesn't need gloves to take a catch. Maybe Phil Salt would have learned some of that lesson.
I think Phil Salt's keeping could have been questioned. That wide four as well was a little bit of a
that's my point.
Yeah. So that wide four, I just felt that should have been caught by him, but I'd still give a leeway to him because the ball just bounced just in front of him. In these kind of situations, you give the benefit of the doubt to the keeper, and that's the only reason why I'm giving the benefit of doubt to Mr. Phil Salt. But we have to talk about Sandeepani here. Hi, Sandeepani. How are you feeling, Sandeepani?
See, I think this proves the point. Sandeepani wears a jersey and the team does bad.
I just wore the jersey after the game.
Yeah. You should have worn it.
Bro, but I have to say...
Tell me your honest reaction. Let's hand over the forum to Sandeepani.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the game.
No, I feel my jersey has got nothing to do with it. I think it was some pathetic KKR choking with the ball, like we saw in the game against SRH as well. They were really, really lucky to get away with it, with Harshit Rana getting that wicket of class in the first game. At Eden Gardens as well, we saw 76 almost being chased by SRH of the last 4 overs. Yeah. Today we saw 96 being chased of the last 6. So, and then they did it comfortably. You have to see, if Butler had a partner, I think even 110 could have been chased of the last 6, given the bowling that KKR. I think Narayan's cramps came at the wrong time. I think the 2 spinners were bowling in great tandem. They were in great harmony, so as to say. 4 overs, 21 runs, 3 wickets were the combined figures. When Narayan got injured, the cramps took over. And then Butler was lucky with the 2 boundaries, or he hit 4 boundaries of that over of Chakravarti. Yeah. But there were 2 outside edges that flew past. But then again, I think it was just a game where...
I just want to ask you one question here, Sandeepani. You reckon it was bad bowling, or it was just, KKR?
Obviously bad bowling. That 25 crore piece of trash. I think he's treasure for nobody. I don't know what he's doing in the Australian team. He should return 25 crores to Gautam Gambhir and the management, or slap it across Gambhir's face and then go. 25 crores is a total, complete, utter waste of money. And I have been vocal about it in the last game as well, where he picked up 3 for 28. A fluke, 3 for 28, so as to say. Picking up Nicholas Puran off that wide, and the way he bowled today. And thanks to Phil Salt as well, like you mentioned. Gave 4 extra runs so as to help his countrymen. And the T20 World Cup is coming. You reckon that you would like to butter or oil your captain for a selection in the spot? So good job out there by Phil Salt.
Sandeepani's conspiracy theories are always bang on, It's just amazing to listen to those. But I have the same question. You mentioned bad bowling. But you can somewhere down the line, KKR could have scored 240 here. Just looked like a very good batting
Yeah,
surface where
obviously. I mean, you have to go down to the last 4 overs that KKR played as well. They were 184 for 3 or 2, whatever, at the end of 16 overs. And
yeah,
they could only score 39 of the last four.
yeah, that's
Uh,
what I'm trying to say.
14 runs in between 17th and 18th, and the 9 runs of the last over. That is what Rajasthan Royals needed. And I think then once again you reckon what are the roles of the batters exactly. You have a Venkatesh Iyer coming in, trying to struggle. I'm struggling to time the ball. I don't know what is his place in this team right now. I think he's just a filler till Nitish Rana is back in the
Yeah.
team. But he is like that person in the team right now who does not get starts, does not do the job. And with Ankrish Raghuvanshi coming in and getting good cameos coming in at number 3, I think Venkatesh Iyer's
Yeah.
spot in
I think
KKR
I
is
think
also
we
numbered.
got to pinpoint the two Ayers in the team, both Shreyas and Venkatesh. They
Yeah.
combinedly
Oh, it
scored
was a
13
grudge
balls.
battle. I won't blame a Shreyas Iyer. I think it was
Why
a
do you reckon it was a grudge battle?
grudge
Why?
matchup against Yuzvendra Chahal, I think, fighting for the same.
And who got him?
And Chahal got him. It was 6 and out.
Yeah, so I
Exactly
think
how Iyer likes it. It's a
yeah.
6 and goes away, runs away.
Oh man, that was just
Uh,
classic. And internet has gone wilding today after that wicket. But either ways, I just personally think 13
It would have
balls,
been great if
19.
Yuzvendra Chahal would have come in and hit the winning runs.
I really wanted that. It would have been poetic. It would have been nice.
I was thinking if Butler got out, then when it became three odd, right? I thought Butler would take a single or something, and then Avesh Khan would again throw his helmet. Is bar to Kohli bhi near revenge
This
lene ke
bar,
liye.
no, funnily enough, this time he didn't even wear a helmet.
But he still celebrated the same way. He was doing all this. You just reckon if he had an helmet, he would have thrown it once again.
But can you imagine in a last week, in an ninth wicket partnership of 38, Avesh's contribution is 0 of 0. And that's just insane to say the
I
least.
think Lucknow has already posted a tweet on this where he's like, Avesh the finisher 2023 0, not out of one ball, 2024 0 of 0.
I mean, yeah, that was a
He's a
great.
lucky charm finisher, I believe. He just have to be there and the winning runs just happen. But Sandipani,
I
Jaren,
think
I'll come
I
to
have
you.
heard that Chandrakant Pandit treats his players really badly. I would want him to whip Mitchell Stark after his performance today. I just want him to take that belt out and just whip the heck out of him.
My question is, who do you pick? You did not pick any bowler anyways. Your entire money went on Mitchell Stark. Your only hope was Mitchell
Yeah,
Stark.
that
Now
is
that
why
he's
it
not
was such a bad investment. I think even a I mean even a Chetan Sakaria is a better bowler than Mitchell Stark right now. Even the way he
I
bowled
think
in the power plays as well. It's not that he's just struggling with the
does
death
Chetan
overs
Sakaria
bowling.
excite you enough, boys, to bring him in?
Definitely more than Mitchell Stark. 25 crores of trash.
But Jaren, I'll come to you here. RR were in a position where they had a good start. Right? They had a very good power play to say the least.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic power play. After Sanju also played a very okay, you can say a cameo of sorts. That 20 runs was valuable if you look in larger scheme of things. But let's
Yeah.
not forget Riyan Parag's innings there, right? At 34, which is scored of 14 balls, where he was looking ominous. Like 34 of 14 balls was a massive game changer if you look in larger scheme of things. Because other contributions have been all less than 15 runs. So if you look back at 34 or 14 balls, that partnership of Butler and Riyan Parag was incredible. If Riyan Parag would have been there, maybe this game would have been over even a little earlier than this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he came out there as if the team hadn't lost 2 wickets, and I don't know, bro. I think Sanju scored 12 of 8. So
12 of
Sanju
8, correct.
actually had a very disappointing outing today. He looked good though. I think that one boundary that he hit of I think Harshit Rana it was or Wahab Arora, I'm not sure, but
I
the
was
one
talking about
boundary that he
Yashasvi, not Sanju actually. 19th, that's
Yashasvi,
what.
yeah. Yashasvi's innings was really good. But I think again, Yashasvi, I felt like Yashasvi tried to overhit it. And that's where I think there's a comment made by Owen Morgan as well, where when he batted against England, he didn't seem like he wanted to overhit deliveries, right? He was just playing with the flow. I think in white ball cricket, especially in this IPL season, I just feel like he's trying to hit the ball way more than he should. Maybe put in a lot more effort than he should.
That's
I
what
think he's a
happens to a
natural
lot of
amount
test success players. Sehwag,
Yeah,
Pant.
yeah.
When they all get test success, when they try to like caress it, they're like, okay, if I hit even more harder, it'll go even further. And that
Yeah,
mindset
yeah.
should come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should probably understand that if they can hit like that in Test cricket, they can do the same for the same efforts in one white ball as well. So I think that's where he's making a mistake. But then Riyan Parag and Butler, I think that innings was more important. I know you already mentioned the other parts, but I'll tell you one more reason why it was really important because Butler was yet to get going, right? throughout his innings, I think till the 14th over or so, till Roman Powell started getting going is when he got going, where we saw the Butler that we know of. Still, then he had a very iffy innings. It was innings where when you drive those vehicles without the right pickup, this felt like that, where he wasn't getting going. He was struggling throughout. But I think that's where Rayan Parag's innings came in because he gave that push. Even when Butler wasn't looking as fluent as possible, he was able to keep RR on track and he allowed RR to have a splendid start from where you felt like the game was in RR's hand. And after his wicket fell, that's where again KKR kind of came back with their spinners.
Agreed, agreed. Sunny Bunny, obviously it's not that easy to take in this kind of smashing if you're a fan, and I have better experience than you in this. So, but talking about Josh Butler,
I
right?
mean, you have some guts to say this after 1 win out of 7 games.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I'm
saying
serious.
he's
I'm,
more
that's a,
experienced, losing.
yeah, I said I have
You are
experience, right? I
obviously
did
more
not say
experienced.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, you lost and stuff like that. No, we lost. I'm just consoling you, brother. I feel bad for you because I know how it exactly feels when when you score so many runs and you still lose a game. When you're on that side of the park, right? But Josh Butler, you reckon an injury? It was not the fully fit Josh Butler, right? You reckon these people could have come with better plans, especially Harshit Rana. I felt he's becoming one dimensional at this point because under pressure, Harshit Rana is going to ball that slower ball than that quicker ball, isn't it? And that's going to be an issue, especially if he's going to go ahead. And that's something which Butler targeted even today, isn't it?
I
Hello.
think Sandipani is stuck like he looks good though.
Sandeep,
That's a very good
we need to
frame to stop
screenshot
on.
this. Sandeepani's reaction after a KKR match. I think
But
he's.
yeah, I think just to answer your question, though, I agree with you. What we saw today was it was absurd to be very frank. Didn't seem like they had a plan. It was not a very KKR like thing, right? I think throughout this tournament, you felt like KKR has been at least trying a few things out. They haven't seemed like a team which has had no plans or haven't really struggled. I think one more reason why I felt like that happened is because I think that Narayan cramps really hurt them, like Sandipani said, right? I think they usually give their spinners the onus to ball in the last few overs, or at least the idea is, that Narayan and Chakravarti will ball at least one over each, and I think that's where they've never come into a situation as well where they really had a narrow game and where things were really tight and you needed every over to go right. And now that it happened, I think what he also did wrong was, I think the current delivery balls is not an issue as long as you keep it as a surprise element. Now Butler, the moment that ball that he hit for, I think 108, I don't know how long he went for, but I know it crossed some 100 meters. That shot, he was pretty much ready for it. He was sitting on the back foot waiting for that slower delivery. And that was the case with Stark as well, right? Stark was also all over the place. And I think when you're senior bowler, someone who's probably been one of the best out there, is struggling himself, I think it really rubs off wrong on your juniors as well. And I think Stark had a very bad over. Then he came to ball the next over, if I'm not wrong. So I think that pressure was already there on him, and that pressure really hit him up. To be very frank.
Yeah, I agree. But one of the biggest things which I have to talk about is this factor where Stark's factor is definitely there, but that them not having that second pacer to support Stark, right? Both Vaibhav and Harshit are not the most experienced pacers, and we all know that they're uncapped Indian pacers. Sometimes when it comes off, it does come off good, and they've been relying heavily on them. And we did discuss that if Russell has a bad game, and if these Indian pieces don't come good, then KKR are going to really struggle a lot because what they can do is they can hit one of Varun or Narayan most of the days. It's for sure. It's not like every day Narayan and Varun are going to go exactly as per plan, 8 overs, 50 runs, or 8 overs, 40 runs, right? Even if they go for 8 overs, 40 runs, the next 12 overs, or you can say the next 16 overs with Stark, Harshit, Vaibhav, and Russell, that can be taken for cleaners. And that is a lot of runs. They can end up even scoring close to 200 runs every game for this very matter, right? Because they go for a lot of runs that even if Varun and Narayan has a game of 8 overs 40 for 2, if the rest goes for 12 overs 160, that's still a 200 kind of a game we're talking about. And on days when they're not even ball that good, if they go for 17 8 overs, it becomes a 230 kind of a day. So I was just saying, Sanjivani, maybe you can answer this. as I was just asking, the biggest issue has been a dearth in depth or dearth in fast bowling for KKR, right? Okay, if you have a Stark, you don't have anybody to support Stark. Stark's biggest success has come when he's got a Hazelwood from the other end, or when he's got someone like a Pat Cummins to back him up. He's not been a lone warrior for any team he's played, right? He's never been that kind of a bowler. He's always been the bowler who's been able to strike because of the pressure created from both the ends. And you'll have to attack Stark, or maybe you'll have to play out Stark. That's how it works for him. Now, when you don't have an ideal partner, who's especially two uncapped Indian bowlers in Vaibhav and Arshad, and if Narayan, if Russell has a bad day, that means you have possibly 12 overs of a lot of runs which you can score off. And 12 overs of 160, 150 are what teams are aiming for. And if you can get 50 or 60 of Narayan and Varun's 8 overs, that's 210 on any given day.
Yeah, exactly. And also, but I would say that Vaibhav Arora in the last two games did a commendable job. And also, I think Harshit Rana has been promising from whatever we have seen, because we can't just blame them on today's game.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying blame them, but you're going to see these kind of days more than
no,
good
I
days.
understand. I understand. And I would take a 210 or 220 on, say, such flat batting tracks if they can give performances like they gave in the game against Lucknow. Because then itself, I think the conditions were not that easy to bowl on, but you had the likes of Vaibhav Arora coming. Even against the game against Delhi Capitals, they did score 270 runs on the board, but they really had the game done and dusted in the power play itself. So I think Vaibhav Arora has done a good enough job, and he has been the better bowler. He has been better than Stark in the power plays, at least. Today, he did go for 23 or 24 of the last over of the power play. But if you consider his performances in the last three games, I think he has been brilliant.
I mean,
And I
we're
think that
talking
is where
about a
KKR
day.
can.
See, this is a problem I'm talking about, right? This is a day where you picked up Narayan and Varun combined, 8 overs, six runs, 4 wickets. That's commendable bowling, right? And you still ended up conceding 160 for the last next 12 overs, and that's not a good thing to have. And that's because you have weaker link in Indian pace bowling. You reckon that can be sorted out going ahead, because now the games are going to get tougher. You're not going to get easy games going into the back end of the tournament if you have aspirations of winning the cup.
I don't think so. I don't think so. KKR has the, the bench strength to play two overseas fast bowlers, and the best they can do is
Or can they
probably
go
get
for
to.
another spinner in that case? Go for a Suresh Sharma and hopefully he does well.
Yeah, I think that has been the strategy. I think the way Vaibhav Arora bowled in the last two or three games, I think that is why, and there was some swing on offer with the new ball as well. I think that is why the management went with Vaibhav Arora for this game. But I think other than today, I think going forward we are likely to see Suyash Sharma or Anukul Roy being used as a substitute. Instead of say Vaibhav Arora. I think they stuck to this combination because Vaibhav Arora was bowling really well in the power plays. And when Harshit Rana did not play in the two games, he did not bowl in the game against DC and was not present in the next game. You could see that Vaibhav Arora did perform well, and Harshit Rana came back and did a decent enough job as well. I think where they are going to KKR are going to really suffer is in the death bowling, because Mitchell
Yeah.
Stark is also not a death bowler, and Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora are really inexperienced death bowlers. They can be a one-trick pony, do well in one of the games, but then again you have to depend on your mystery spinners as well. They can only bowl 8 overs out of the 20.
Absolutely. Jen, I'll come to you. We'll have to talk about Rajasthan Royals. Now, they've got 6 wins in 7 games, right? They're almost there. Like, I think 2 more wins in next 7 games, they're through. Most likely they're through. I mean, all they have to do is just win 2 or 3. I think they can even break the record for the most number of wins this season. That is possibly 10. They're well on record, right? They're well on par to do that. But at this point, do you have to say this is Rajasthan Royals tournament? At least if you look at halfway mark, they've done nothing wrong. Maybe even if you say in the game that they lost, you can say it was a touch and go. They've been exemplary so thus far. They've covered almost all bases, and we're talking about a team where they've had injuries, they've had their ups and downs, but still look good. They've
I
looked
think
good.
most wins in a good group stage is 11. I think Punjab Kings pulled off 11 in 2014.
Is it? Did they pick up 11?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even if you look
Punjab
at Delhi,
won 11.
all the teams who has won most numbers have lost in the final or they've not won the cup also. That's another thing. Funnily enough.
And interestingly, when they won 11, KKR were right behind, winning 9.
He wants to say something of that sort. Rajasthan KKR final in
And
Jaipur.
then KKR did go on to win that IPL as well. I mean, we are talking about 2014.
But I think this is a far superior team than the Punjab of 2014, I feel. In terms of all bases.
Every
covered.
time,
Why?
every time when a team has dominated the league stage, KKR has gone on to win the IPL. 10 wins out of 14 games from Delhi Capitals in 2012. KKR did go on to win. 11 wins out of 14
See,
from
that's a
Punjab
vague
Kings in
scam.
2014.
What do you mean by dominated? Isn't any team that tops the group stage dominating at the end of the day in a definition? Then in that
I
sense,
mean,
you can say every time.
when they have points exceeding 20 plus is what he
Yeah,
means.
20 or
Oh,
20
well,
plus.
that's a
Let's,
good case.
let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
today also Sandeepani sent me a very interesting stats of how KKR was won in 2012, I believe. How Gambhir was this in the second season. How
Yeah, yeah. So all I told him was Sandipani Gambhir won the 2011 World Cup. Shreyas Iyer did not. So therefore, I think all conditions are not similar.
but you never know, bro. If KKR wins the IPL, right? I think Sandeepani should dance. That's the
Why?
thing.
Why should I?
I
I
think
mean,
Sandipani
we'll talk
will
about that
dance, but the
later. I
moment the
think
life starts, he'll become professional.
This
it will
season
take.
I purposefully told it I'm not gonna color my hair red or something because I knew KKR will do well. I just knew it.
And
They're
I
contending.
know Abel sugarcoating KKR, and Abel will say all the nice things about KKR because the next game KKR faces RCB, and Abel wants no confrontation from me this time around. We have had this
Oh, by
trash
the way,
talk band.
I'll tell you
Bro, I'm
one
telling
last.
you, this time around, I'm challenging. RCB are smoking KKR out this time.
I mean, the last four instances as well since 2022. Every time Abel says that RCB are smoking KKR, and right after the game, Abel says we'll not have a live tonight.
I think we had a live last time, right? No, we didn't. We didn't.
No, no, we
We
did
didn't.
not. You
I
ran
think
away.
The last time we
last,
had,
You ran
last time
away.
before that we met together, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but we
I
did not
think
have the live because you ran away once again.
I think the last time we had a live for a KKR RCB game was in 2022
yeah, when I didn't, I wasn't there. Yeah,
or 2023. We had a live in 2023. One of
We
the two.
had a pre-match banter in 2022, and KKR did go on to win that time as well.
I think
So
it
I
was
mean,
no. We had a pre-match banter, and RCB went on to win with Dinesh Karthik helping, and you joined with Nikhil.
okay,
If I
yeah.
remember.
I mean, RCB has won one of the last 5 games, so it's better, Abel, you don't trash talk with me before a RCB KKR game because you know it will definitely backfire.
Bro, I'm telling you, KKR is such a good team. They're such a good team. Trust me. I don't have any hope in RCB. If RCB wins, it's a miracle by
All I'll
days.
say is Rajasthan Royals are one of the. I mean, they look favorites to go on and win the trophy this time around, but they did go on to lose against Delhi Capitals, which is a joke of a team. So
Did
you
they lose
never
to
know
Delhi
KKR might
Capitals?
lose against RCB, which is
Wait,
another
wait,
joke
did they
of a
lose to
team.
Delhi Capitals? No, I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
did.
so. They
Rajasthan
did?
lost only to Delhi Capitals.
yeah, I think so.
Which game was this?
I think two of the more dominant teams in the IPL, Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan Royals, have lost one game against Delhi Capitals this time around.
Wait,
Wait,
you're
let me
talking
check
about?
this.
No, they won by 12 runs, right?
They won,
Okay,
they
okay, okay.
won.
No,
Yeah.
not Delhi
Yeah, yeah,
Capitals. I
yeah.
think it
There
was
was a
another
match
joke
where
of a team.
Ashwin turned, became prime finisher, scored 29 of 19. He was trashing Andrik Nokia
Dude,
as
they
if at
lost this
there was
game
no
to
one.
they just lost this game to Gujarat Titans. Remember where
Another
Rashid
trash of a
Khan?
team. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, I was watching an advertisement today of the promotion for tomorrow's game. It's Delhi Capitals versus Gujarat Titans, and you know the team is complete nonsense. When the three players that were advertised were Shubman Gill, Rashid Khan, and Rahul Tewatia. Were the three players being advertised for that game? I mean, when Rahul Tewatia is your third best player in your team, who is not even used, you know how bad the team
I
is.
think Gujarat Titans haven't played a game since that one, right? The last time they
Yeah,
played
yeah.
was
They
in that
won against RR and they haven't played after that. I
they
think.
haven't played. It's been what 7 days, 10 days? I don't know. It's been long,
No,
long
they
while
did
ago.
play one game where Rashid Khan finished it for
No,
them.
that's a game. That's a game. That's a game
That's the
we're talking
game.
about.
That's the
After
Yeah.
game.
they haven't played a game. It's been a long while since they've
Yeah, they
been.
played the last game on April
They are
10th.
going to
That's
play
like 7
tomorrow.
days.
So, I mean, whoever has turned up today for an exciting game, one of the best games of the season so far, will get extremely bored tomorrow
It
because
was
probably
really
Warner is
interesting.
also injured.
I mean, I
Who's
was watching
injured?
with my dad, right? And I told my dad,
Warner is
is like,
injured.
Who?
yeah, is Warner
David
injured?
Warner. Yeah,
Warner
David
is
Warner
injured.
went for a scan. Finger. I mean, he's predicting. Not predicting. I think the scans have already cleared him, but he has a finger injury.
Oh damn! I think Jake Fraser McGurk will have a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll open the batting, I think.
He's done good though. Last match Delhi Capitals played as well. It's been like 5-6 days, and they had a win
Thankfully, I
there.
think those are the two of the most boring teams.
Yeah, I think they've got a very good bowling attack though. Like Khalil Ahmed, they've got. likes of who else do they have?
Once again,
Mukesh
when you talk
Kumar,
about bowling and you have to advertise a Khalil Ahmed, you know that the team is trash.
Mukesh Kumar, Ishant Sharma. Solid bowling lineup though. Solid bowling lineup. And remember, last game they went in with full Indian bowling lineup and they went on to only restrict LSU to 160 odd. That's insane. That's a very good effort. And no Andre Nokia, which means Delhi Capitals are winning. And they went in with a full-on overseas contingent in batting and they got the victory. I think Jake Fraser McGurk has been really good. But coming back to again to, I think we can talk about a little bit of tomorrow's game now. Uh, you
No,
reckon?
one thing I just want to conclude for this RR versus KKR game. I think even though RR did end up on the winning side, I think they missed quite a few tactical calls today.
Oh yeah,
Sending Ashwin up the order
Ashwin,
was, yeah, was a
absolutely
horrific
nonsense.
blunder when you have two class West Indian.
Yeah,
10 overs is what you expect them to stay in the crease, not Ashwin coming in at number 8. That is
yeah.
Yeah,
number one. And number two, I think 5 options with the ball. I think they could have probably used a Keshav Maharaj. I know they would have to sacrifice one of the power hitters, and Robin Powell's innings did come in handy towards the end. But then again, KKR would have been curtailed by say 20-25
the
runs if they would have
only
had
reason why
6
I
bowling options.
felt they
Good
sent
point.
Ashwin was I felt like they wanted to protect Shimron Hetmeyer and Roman Powell from a Sunil Narayan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah,
want to
because
exactly.
ensure
I
that
mean, today was the 6th time that Narayan dismissed Robin Powell. I think he totally dominates Robin Powell, but the
yeah.
damage was already done. 16
But
runs was
I'll
already
tell you
scored.
why I felt that was a bad idea is because I understand you want to protect those wickets, but it's not like you're batting first A, and it's not like you're chasing 180, 190. You were chasing 223. At that point
And
in
they
time, the
had the
run rate,
momentum. They were
yeah,
90,
But you know
98
what?
for 2
That could have
at 8.
worked, right? If Ashwin could have scored what 11 balls, if it had scored 20 runs, that was a positive innings. But what
yeah.
Ashwin did was he missed those 11 balls. What he
But I
scored
think
was
the
an
over there you have to give credit to Shreyas Iyer for his captaincy because he brought in 1 over from Harshit Rana and another over from that trash bowler, 25
yeah.
crores. I think that was a good utilization. Otherwise, any team could have chased 120 of the last 5 with Mitchell Stark bowling 2 overs and the inexperienced Harshit Rana bowling as well.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I also think Dhruv Jurel. I don't know, man. He's not had a very good season to say the least this time around. I mean, somewhere down the line, both Yashasvi and Dhruv were stars like a month ago. They've had some struggles thus far, especially
Different
in this
format,
format.
Abel, different format. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think
you
it
come off.
shows how difficult it is to, transfer your
Yeah,
batting into a
somewhere
different
down the
form.
line, I
Into
just
a
feel
different,
that test format has, taken them a lot, which is good, which is excellent. But transition of format is very important. If you look at great players, they know how to make transition quickly.
And, just coming back to the I mean the price tag fact as well. I think KKR has always been unlucky with this. They spent 16 crores on Pat Cummins 3 seasons prior to this, and Pat Cummins was absolutely bowling garbage in that season where
But
he
actually,
considered some.
Pat Cummins gave you the fastest 50.
He came in and scored those 50 runs,
save
and
the
Mitchell
game.
Stark
Yeah.
25 crores conceding 50 every game. It's such such a horrific
But I think
experience
this
to
is
sit
back
through it.
Mitchell Stark because when no one is going to come good, Mitchell Stark will come good.
Yeah.
You remember? I'm telling you that. Mitchell Stark, at least we can do a trade in. How about you take a Reese Topley, we take a Mitchell Stark for our team?
Absolutely, I think Reece Topley with the new ball would be a great addition to KKR. I think that is something KKR needs. I think anybody. I mean, if Reece Topley comes at the price tag that he came for, I mean, if Stark would have come for 10 to 12 crores, it would have been fine. 25 crores for him was way too much. And also, I think right now, I really hope Chandrakant Pandit somehow gets this message and makes Stark work on a bed of thorns or something, or makes him work on fire or something. Some sort of punishment Mitchell Stark deserves for
Well,
this.
this is not some high school drama. This is IPL what we're talking about. Man will never turn up for IPL again.
Now we all know what Sandivani will do if he becomes the analyst of an IPL team. He's like,
Yeah.
you didn't listen to my data point. Walk
I mean,
on this bed.
these are the sort of drills that I'll let them go through so that they are match ready. I mean, if Chandrakant Pandit does this to Mitchell Stark, you will see him pick up 4 wickets against RCB.
Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, talking about which, I think tomorrow is a massive, massive game. Delhi
No,
Capitals against Gujarat Titans.
it's not a massive game. It's a number 9 side taking on number 6 side. Going to be an awfully boring game with two of the most boring lineups where you have teams probably India C won't take right now. The likes of Vijay Shankar, Rahul Tewatia, Mukesh Kumar, Ishant Sharma, I think they are way past their prime. Mukesh Kumar, I don't know, but even a Kuldeep Sen has a very annoying face. I think you just look at him and aggression does not suit players like him.
What do you
I
mean
just want to
annoying?
smack him.
How does it make sense?
Yeah, what is
I mean, some of the attitude that he was showing after bowling, I mean, picking up the wicket of young Ankrish Raghuvanshi, I just felt like smacking, especially after you have gone for 47, 50 runs of the 4 overs that you have bowled. You have no right
Yeah.
to make that sort of face or celebration.
Faces, yeah, you're right, you're
Yeah.
right.
who are you
There's
talking about?
certain kind of face you should keep while playing cricket. If you don't keep that, sit at home. As simple as that. Message is loud and clear. But
Mukesh Kumar, sit at home.
yeah, I
Chew
think
your gum at home.
talking about tomorrow's game, if Delhi Capitals win, their aspirations of pushing to top four even increases. GT will be challenging the 8 point mark. I think we are in for a champion stuff. Rishabh Pant on one end, Ridhiman, who's the keeper for Gujarat Titans? Ridhiman Saha? BR Sharad. Okay, wait. Someone kept last game. With Matthew Wade on one end. Um, so that's how it is going to be. We'll give your
I
opinion on
think
BSCS
as
Barca. Yeah, go ahead. Jay.
yeah, I think we should probably talk about that. That is definitely more interesting than tomorrow's match, Abel.
Absolutely.
I think Barca are winning.
And also, I mean, just to, I mean, 16th
I'll tell you
April
what,
was last
I
year as
don't
well.
know what's the
Venkatesh Iyer
match.
scored that century. Sorry, Venkatesh Iyer scored that century of Mumbai Indians also on 16th of April itself last year, where
Oh, is
his
it?
selfish batting
So
against
would you
Mumbai
believe in
Indians makes them lose
16
the game.
years, KKR has only had 2 centurions and one of them is not even a proper batter.
How dare you? How
Three
dare?
centuries.
Yeah, you're
Three
talking about
centuries.
Venkatesh Iyer, right? Yeah, I
Three
don't feel
centuries.
Venkatesh Iyer is a proper batter right now.
But my question is, if Nitish Rana comes back, would you drop a Venkatesh Iyer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hands down. I don't think he fits in this lineup.
I
I'm
think
not
it's either
saying
him or Ramandeep Singh because they're
See,
not
I'll tell
using
you why it
Ramandeep with
doesn't
the
fit in this
ball.
lineup anymore, Evil. Because if you see this lineup right now, Ankrish, I mean, the only place he would have fit is where Ankrish Raghuvanshi bats. You can't drop him. The kid has literally been, I think he's been batting probably better than most batters in that team.
I think he's an
Um,
India talent, to be very
yeah,
honest.
exactly. So you can't drop him. Then you've got, and then today as well, you saw Venkatesh Iyer came, and even Shreyas Iyer, to be very honest, I think you can only drop Shreyas Iyer and put Venkatesh Iyer there. You will drop either one of them, and not going to
I
drop
think
Shreyas.
Ramandeep Singh as well because Ramandeep Singh is not bowling. They're not using
But
Ramandeep
I
Singh with
think
the ball.
Ramandeep Singh does extend your batting lineup, so it makes sense for him to be there. But Venkatesh Iyer, if he's coming to bat at 15th, 16th over, he's not
Yeah.
going to get you anything.
But yeah, either way. Sanidhya, I think
And
Barca are going to win. It's going to be a tight game in our home ground, but I think Barca are going to win.
I'll tell you what I'm interested in it though, Sanidhya. I think Luis Figo is going to remember a few things. I saw some images from the fans that I've collected nearby, and they have a bunch of things ready. A dollar with Dembele's face on it. I think a pig's head is ready with Dembele's face on it, or is it
Yeah.
Dembele's face with a pig's nose on it? I think both exist. So Dembele, be ready. I mean, watch out, brother.
Yeah, so Barca fans say that treatment given to Luis Figo will be nothing compared to what's going to be tonight, is a statement released.
Oof.
So it's a long night for PSG, and he did a mistake, poor guy. I think he's going to be injured by one of the things which is going to be thrown at
You
him.
reckon he's already injured because he's in Barca? He misses those doctors.
Yeah, I
He's
think
like,
so. But talking about which, Sanjeevani, I think you've had a very disappointing night, but nonetheless, KKR are playing RCB next. Either will give you practice, or either will disappoint you more. So that's how it's going to be. So hopefully, you would expect the practice bit
expect
of
Mitchell
pass.
Stark to pick up 3 wickets against RCB.
I don't think so, bro. I'm expecting a Virat 100. And
If Virat scores a century, I think we are winning for sure.
but if you remember, Virat scored 100 in 2019, a very similar like season for RCB where they had 1 and 6. And
okay, my
Kuldeep Yadav
question
got
to you
smashed.
is: the only player who would have been the AB de Villiers in that season is already said. He said, and these are his lines. I need break from cricket. You guys broke Glenn Maxwell.
No, I think what's happened
I
is
won't be
the
surprised if
statement,
Fab du
the
Plessis is like,
statement what he says is, I've been missing home, and I've if I get into a rut where I've been scoring a lot of low scores, I just continue doing it. So I want to take a break, and I don't mind because Will Jacks is there in the team anyways. I think Will Jacks
Obviously.
sounds like a sweet dish
Typical
against.
Aussie with the tantrums in the IPL. take all the money
Yeah.
and
No,
then
I
scam the
absolutely agree with
scam
something
the teams.
with Glenn Maxwell. Here's the thing,
Yeah.
right? He's taken more wickets than Siraj. Siraj has
Also,
hit more
why
sixes
score?
than him.
Also, why perform for a franchise when you can do that for the T20 World Cup for your national team? Obviously,
Exactly.
Exactly.
At this point, he'll be
There's
like,
gonna
I have a
come
feeling
smash
Faf
everybody is not
KKR
Hardik Pandya
bowlers.
and Jasprit Bumrah.
I have a feeling Faf also will be like, he'll be like, I'm done with cricket. I've won enough
Oh,
IPLs.
that'll be
I've
great,
done.
bro. I'm waiting for that team. It should have been the other way around, not Maxwell. Please let me. Please. Fab.
I mean, at this point in time, RCB are not breaking records. They're breaking players. And I feel bad for them.
I
For
wonder what
I
the
don't feel
dressing
bad
room
for them.
atmosphere
I
is
mean,
like.
I heard Virat
what
Kohli
was
say
Maxwell
something.
expecting when he picked up a check of 15 crores? That he'll
I
just
think,
play
I
3 games
won't
and
blame Maxwell, bro. Maxwell did everything he could. Scored a 400 run season, scored a 450
yeah.
run season.
yeah.
This was the best of Maxwell ever, like the last 3 seasons. You
No,
can say
I'll
this
tell you
season is
something
based on
else,
stuff all
right?
good.
See,
Yeah, but
yesterday,
let me tell you, he
yeah.
needs a break. He can take a break in a off cricket season. This is totally, I will say what to say. Lack of professionalism. You are coming
Yeah,
for a
this is lack of professionalism. But I also will give it to
league
Maxwell
and
because
then
he suffered with mental issues and mental struggles a lot. So
Yeah.
he's someone
Yeah,
who wants that
absolutely.
that
break.
is
Okay,
lack of
good.
professionalism. That is exactly what is lack of
No, no.
professionalism.
I
Go ahead, take
think
your break, but
Sanjay
you're
I think Satyamani is doing good for the team. He feels if he's going to be there, he's going to be a burden. And he is taken that call considering that, maybe I'll take a break and come back. That's going to help a lot of things to settle down. But to be very fair, I don't know, man. RCB will have to do a lot of things right, even to win a game from here on. Not even to qualify, I'm talking about to win a game from here on. That's how the state of problems
even
are. In
started downplaying the KKR versus RCB game. It's on Sunday afternoon. The next exciting game that you need to watch.
Sunday afternoon, is it? It's the first game.
Yeah.
Then RCB are winning.
No. I think if then KKR are winning
It's
because
not night, yes. All the games the KKR has won has all been night.
The last game, they smashed
you're
LSG
saying
in
you're
16
saying
overs.
you're saying KKR and Kolkata Knight Riders, so they can only win at night.
Yeah, night
But
rider.
that is a totally
But there has
flawed
been
philosophy because they won this Sunday itself in the
but
afternoon.
Bengaluru has not put a royal challenge in a while now. It's been crappy challenge since the last few
Bro, the
matches.
last dude, they changed the jersey, color, name, everything to get a win. Now barely we have wins right now. What was the point
No,
of all?
Bangalore have lost 5 on the trot, right?
Yeah, 5
I
on 5.
mean, you guys. So KKR, if I'm
I'll tell
not
you
wrong,
funny thing.
changed
Yeah,
their
listen to
jersey
this.
color,
Listen to
right?
this. When
Saying that
you won
black.
a trophy for the franchise, right? When women's team broke it, you were supposed to continue with it, not to change things around. It was when you broke it.
See, here's the thing, right? You guys had the women's team had clutch players like Elise Perry. You had okay, that was it. She was a clutch player. You had she won in the game. RCB's never had a clutch
I
player
think
except
Ellis
Virat
Perry,
Kohli.
Molyneux, Sophie Devine, a lot of clutch players were there. Sophie
I
Warren,
mean, what do you say? Elise Perry is a definition of a clutch player.
So you're saying
obviously.
He
Virat Kohli
scored
is not a clutch player.
There
except
is
for Virat
only a
Kohli. He's
Virat
never
Kohli
had.
there. Now, when you talk about a
But
women's team,
Elise
you
Perry
had
is clutch with the ball
Shreyanka
and the
Patil.
bat. Wait.
Yeah. You had a Shreyanka Patil.
Oh yeah,
You had
Shanka
five,
Patil.
six clutch players. And there is only one Virat Kohli. That's the difference. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And you had a bowling lineup, not a batting lineup.
But we really have 3 very boring games ahead of us. We have Delhi Capitals versus Gujarat Titans. Then the next boring game is Lucknow versus Chennai, another snooze fest. And
It's
then we
fine.
have Delhi
As long as
Capitals
we get 2
versus
points.
Yeah,
Sunrisers
that is going
Hyderabad.
to be smooth test because it's going to be played in Lucknow. I don't know. It's going to be some 125, 125
No, I
over.
think Sanjivani is right about one thing. CSK games are pretty boring. They don't
Yeah.
usually have any excitement, which is fine.
No, I don't think so. They are pretty exciting.
I mean, I'll tell you the exciting CSK games used to happen in I think in 2016, 2015 or so when Dhoni used to take everything to the last over. I'll tell you what, half the hair I've lost is because of Dhoni taking everything to the last over.
But Dhoni
I'm
still,
so worried.
I think it's a fine switch that Dhoni has made that Hardik Pandya should make as well. Instead of taking the game to the last over, now he comes to bat in the last over. Something
Yeah,
which Hardik Pandya should do as well. Come in at number 9, number 8.
I
That would
think
be
I
a
think I
great.
think Hardik at this point in time should also take a
I
break.
think we should stop
Like
making fun
Maxwell
of
Bhai,
the premier all-rounder of our country. He
he
wears our
is.
country's jersey with pride.
Yeah, we are no
Yeah.
longer going to make fun of Venkatesh Iyer.
So, as
Yeah,
per Sunil
or
Gavaskar,
Shivam
the
Dubey.
statement which Sunil Gavaskar made is Venkatesh Iyer can be a fine player for India because he's a left-hander.
मलिंगा को पेल पाएगा क्या?
मलिंगा अब मलिंगा
क्यों
तो
नहीं?
रिटायर हो गया ब्रो.
क्यों नहीं भाई? Anyways, that's about it from us. We'll come back tomorrow after the exciting game between GT and Delhi Capitals.
We
I think we
might or we
all are
might
excited
not.
for that. I think it's one of the best games which we can look forward to because two heavyweights clashing up against each other. Some
Like Maxwell,
interesting.
I also need a break.
Yeah, you had 1 week break. You had 1 week break. Now you're supposed to cover these boring games.
Now, after this game, I need another 1 week break.
That's not
Come
our
on, at
problem.
least I have more sportsmanship than you, Abel. You decide to cancel the lives after the RCB defeat.
Oh, bro, did I cancel yesterday?
I mean, you had to come after 5 losses. You thought RCB would lose 2, and then you will come for lives. You can't continue doing it for 5 games straight.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. But nonetheless, we'll be back tomorrow after either a GT or a Delhi win because I think both the teams are mouth watering to watch. I'd love to watch them the whole day, and we'll be back.